You know, I don't know what I'd do without my CowTrac. It's the best mechanical cow in the business. You know, it really helps me solidify some things on my horse. You know, with a cow, sometimes the cow will have a tendency to not allow me to really work on the things I need to with my horse. So working on the CowTrac lets me go over and over those particular things. You know, one of the things that we work on all the time is holding our line. A horse shouldn't fade away from the cow, and a horse shouldn't gain ground on the cow. So we got to hold a straight line. These are some of the things I do to get my horse to hold the line properly. You know, I always start perpendicular to the cow, just like this, and then I break off square and stop. And when I stop right here, I try to make my horse stop and hold his body in line and not kick his hip away. And then I'll back a step or two like this, and I'll just back a step or two, and then I'll bring the cow and I'll come right through the turn and hold it up, making him look right straight up at the cow. Stop. Then I'll come back a step or two, then I'll bring him up. But see, when I come through this turn, I'll just barely cock his head back to that cow a little bit. Then I'll stop. If he wiggles around at all, I might step back up to the rear end of the cow and then step over to the head and stop. And I'll back up, bring him through the turn, hold him back up into that cow's rear end, and then catch up to the cow as I go. And then stop, bring him back, and just continue that process over and over where he's angling slightly up into the cow right there. Not fading off or not going up to the cow. Now, I normally use just my cow side leg, but if a horse starts to fade away too much like this, get away from that cow, then what I'll do is I'll back him up, I'll put him right back up into that cow, and I'll hold him up into that V like that, and go. And I'll back him up, and I'll take him back up in there, and I'll make sure I continue to hold this shoulder up to the cow. Usually when a horse fades away from the cow too much, what's happening is the outside shoulder's getting away. So you want to take both hands up. You know, a lot of people just take this inside hand, pull that nose up to the cow like this. That lets this shoulder still get away from that cow like that. But I like taking both my hands up to that cow, just like this, and keeping my hands up in there, and then stopping my horse straight, making them give their jaw, bringing them through the turn just like that. Bring them out. You know, by continuing just practicing holding this line, keeping the horse up to the flag, making them stop square and not move their body, but keep their body in line, is a key to holding this line properly.